Okay, Desmond. While you were, visiting Constantinople, we picked up a software update for the Animus. I'd like to run a couple of quick tests, make sure there aren't any major issues.
All right. What do you need me to do?
We'll start simple. Walk to the marker over there. Okay, Desmond. Let's practice climbing on these objects. Run your way through this little obstacle course. That's a constraint. These are optional objectives that raise your synchronization rate. All right, Desmond. Follow the on-screen instructions and kill the 2 Templars. All you have to do here is jump the gap. Synchronization levels look good now. We should be able to build the world. Time to find out what the temple wants from you.
Sir. Everything all right, sir?
Yes, fine. I'm just preoccupied, that's all.
Don't forget your invitation. Master Birch will be meeting you inside.
Thank you.
Where shall I retrieve you once you're done?
Front of the Opera House. And be quick about it. Don't expect to be here long.
I'll bring her round at once.
Invitation, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are requested to kindly find your seats.
Good evening, sir. This way, please.
My apologies.
Evening, Haytham.
Reginald?
I can't tell you how happy I was to hear they'd mounted this revival. Gay's best work by far. Have you seen it before?
Once. My father brought me here as a child. Though I remember little of it. I don't suppose tonight will afford me the luxury of a proper viewing either.
No, I'm afraid it won't. On to business then. Do you see him?
And the statesman, because he's so great, thinks his trade as honest as mine. A lawyer is an honest employment, so is mine. Like me too, he acts in a double capacity, both against roads and for them. For 'tis but fitting that we should protect and encourage cheats, since we live by 'em.
Sir, Black Mall had sent word of trial comes on in the afternoon, and she hopes you will order matters so as to bring her off.
As the wench is very active and industrious, you may satisfy her that I'll soften the evidence.
Tom Gag, sir, is found guilty.
A lazy dog! When I took him the time before, I told him what would come to if he did not mend his hand. This is death without reprieve. I may venture to book him. For Tom Gag.
He's seated in one of the boxes above.
The stairs are watched. You'll need to find another way up.
Well, I can get more by her staying in England.
Betty
I
has
already
brought
have.
more goods into our lock to
Never
year
stood
than
a
any
chance,
five of
did
the
you?
gang. And in truth, 'tis a pity to lose so good a customer.
If none of the gang take her off, she may, in the common course of business, live at 12 months longer.
1,000
I love
pardons.
to let women escape.
My apologies.
It always lets the end partridges fly, because the breed of the gang depends on it. Besides, here the law allows us no reward. There's nothing to be got by the death of women, except our wives.
Without dispute, she is a fine woman. 'Twas to her I was obliged for my education. And to say a bold word, she hath trained up more young fellows to the business than the gaming table.
Truly, Filch, thine observation is right. We and the surgeons are more beholden to women than all the professions besides.
Sir, Black Mall had sent word of trial comes on in the afternoon, and she hopes you will order matters so as to bring her off.
As the wench is very active and industrious, you may satisfy her that I'll soften the evidence.
Tom Gag, sir, is found guilty.
A lazy dog! When I took him the time before, I told him what would come to if he did not mend his hand. This is death without reprieve. I may venture to book him. For Tom Gag, £40. Let Betty Sly know I'll save her from transportation, so I can get more by her staying in.
Betty hath brought more goods into our lock to year than tis woman that seduces all mankind. I grow we first were taught how we in us. Her very eyes can see when the she's gone. Tricks us of our money with us. Tis woman that seduces all mankind. I grow we first were taught how we in us. Her very eyes can see when the she's gone. She tricks us of our money with us. Order I could find night. We're out for pride and practice every fraud to bribe her God. Seeds of love like law are one by kind, and beauty must be feeding to our hearts. Order like wolves by night. We're out for pride and practice every fraud to bribe her God. Seeds of love like law are one by kind, and beauty must be feeding to our hearts.
But make haste and use it, boy. And let your friends know what I intend. For I love to make them easy one way or other.
When a gentleman is long kept in suspense, penitence may break his spirit ever after. Besides, certainty gives a man a good air upon his trial, and makes him risk another without fear or scruple. But all away, for 'tis a pleasure to be the messenger of comfort to friends in affliction.
But 'tis now high time to look about me for a decent execution against next session. I ain't a lazy rogue, by whom one can get nothing till he's hanged. I registered with Crook-fingered Jack. A year and a half in the service. Let me see how much the stock owes to his industry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold watches. And 7 silver ones. A mighty clean-handed fellow.
Got a bit of stage fright.
16
A little
snuff
Dutch
boxes.
courage will put a bloom in
5
your
of them
cheek.
through gold. 6 dozen of handkerchiefs. 4 silver hilted swords. Half a dozen of shirts. 3 tie periwigs. And a piece of broadcloth. Considering these are only the fruits of his leisure hours, I don't know a prettier fellow. But no man alive hath a more engaging presence of mind upon the road. Wat Dreary, alias Brown Will, an irregular dog, who has an underhanded way of disposing of his goods. I'll try him only for a session or two longer upon his good behaviour. Harry Paddington, of course, his awfully burning without the least genius. That fellow, though he were to live these 6 months, will never come to the gallows for any credit. Slippery Sam, he goes off next session. Or the villain has to be impudent.
Haytham. You should have come to me. We would have found another way. Yes. But then you would have known. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. As am I.
Come, please!
Over there! Back the one! And there! Seize him! Killed in the upper balcony!
Oh, my!
I've done no wrong! I swear to you! Any weapon...
I beg your pardon.
Hey, pussy,
Patience, please!
let us through! His friends, there is no danger! His friends, there is no danger! Try to remember.
It happened
We
right
must
in
leave
that
at
balcony.
once.
What are those men doing?
I'm scared where it's taken.
Move! Move! Order! We must have order! Imbecile! Where are you going? I'll search it on here. You search down there. Very well. If you find anyone, give a shout.
Invitation, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are requested to kindly find your seats. There was appearance to
Good evening, sir. This way, please.
My apologies.
Evening, Hatham.
Reginald?
I can't tell you how happy I was to hear they'd mounted this revival. Gay's best work by far. Have you seen it before?
Once. My father brought me here as a child. Though I remember little of it. But I suppose tonight will afford me the luxury of a proper viewing either.
No, I'm afraid it won't. On to business then. Do you see him?
And the statesman, because he's so great, thinks his trade as honest as mine. A lawyer is an honest employment, so is mine. Like me too, he acts in a double capacity, both against roads and for them. For 'tis but fitting that we should protect and encourage cheats, since we live by 'em.
Sir, Black Mall at set word of trial comes on in the afternoon, and she hopes you will order matters so as to bring her off.
As the wench is very active and industrious, you may satisfy her that I'll soften the evidence.
Tom Gag, sir, is found guilty.
A lazy dog! When I took him the time before, I told him what would come to if he did not mend his hand. This is death without reprieve. I may venture to book you. For Tom Gag, £40. Let Betty Sly know I'll save her from the transportation, for I can get more by her staying in England.
Betty hath brought more goods into our lock to year than any five of the gang. And in truth, 'tis a pity to lose so good a customer.
If none of the gang take her off, she may, in the common course of business, live at 12 months longer. I love to let women escape. A good sportsman always lets the end partridges fly.
He's seated in one of the boxes above.
The stairs are watched.
Besides,
You'll need to find
here the
another way
law
up.
allows us no reward. There's nothing to be got by the death of women.
I already have.
Except our wives.
Without dispute, she is a fine woman. 'Twas to her I was obliged for my education. And to say a bold word, she hath trained up more young fellows to the business than the gaming table.
Truly, Phil.
1,000
My
pardons.
observation is right. We in the
My
circus are more
apologies.
beholden to women than all the professions besides.
Sir, Black Mall at set word of trial comes on in the afternoon, and she hopes you will order matters so as to bring her off.
As the wench is very active and industrious, we may satisfy her that I'll soften the evidence.
Tom Gag, sir, is found guilty.
A lazy dog! When I took him the time before, I told him what would come to if he did not mend his hand. This is death without reprieve. I may venture to book you. For Tom Gag, £40. Let Betty Sly know I'll save her from the transportation, so I can get more by her staying in.
Betty hath brought more goods into our lock to year than any five of the gang. And in truth, 'tis a pity to lose so good a customer.
If none of the gang take her off, she may, in the common course of business, live at 12 months longer. I love to let women escape. A good sportsman always lets the end partridges fly, because the breed of the game depends on it. Besides, here the law allows us no reward. There's nothing to be got.
'Tis woman that seduces all mankind, like where we first were taught our evening art. The very light you cheat when those cheats are. She tricks us of our money with our hearts. 'Tis woman that seduces all mankind, like where we first were taught our evening art. The very light you cheat when those cheats are. She tricks us
But make haste and use it, boy. And let my friends know what I intend. Well, I love to make them easy one way or other.
When a gentleman is long kept in suspense, penitence may break his spirit ever after. Besides, certainty gives a man a good air upon his trial, and makes him risk another without fear or scruple. But all away, for 'tis a pleasure to be the messenger of comfort to friends in affliction.
But 'tis now high time to look about me for a decent execution against next session. I hate a lazy rogue by whom one can get nothing till he's hanged. A register of the gang. Flying in,
Jeremy's really burning up the boards
a year and a
tonight.
half
He's
in
a
the service. Let me see how much the stock owes to his industry.
But he thinks twice, eh? He thinks
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold watches, and 7 silver ones. A mighty clean dandy.
Hatham. You should have come to me. We would have found another way. Yes. But then you would have known. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. As am I.
Come, please!
Over there! Back the one! That man there! Seize him! A man was killed in the upper valve, but I've done no wrong. I searched him. Any weapons?
I beg your pardon. Did you
No pushing, please! There is no danger! Try to order. Peace, friends, there is no danger! Order! We must have order! Peace, friends, there is no danger! What are those men doing in there? I'm scared where it's safe. Move! Move! Imbecile!